How do you usually spend your mornings before starting your office work?
I spend my mornings reading the news and preparing a light breakfast.
What were you doing yesterday evening when your brother suddenly came to visit you?
I was finishing my assignment while cooking dinner for my hungry family members.
Have you already finished reading the long report your manager gave yesterday?
Yes, I have finished reading it and prepared several important discussion notes.
Where will you be staying next week when you travel for your conference trip?
I will be staying at a hotel near the conference center downtown.
How often do you talk to your parents while studying in another country?
I talk to my parents every weekend through video calls on Sunday.
Have you been practicing your speech each evening before the final big event?
Yes, I have been practicing carefully every night for at least 30 minutes.
Where will you go tomorrow afternoon if your important meeting gets postponed?
I will probably visit the Central Library and study new management techniques there.
What do you usually discuss with friends during your long evening walks?
We usually discuss our daily challenges, future goals, and holiday plans together.
How long had you been waiting at the station before the train arrived?
I had been waiting at the station for nearly 30 full minutes patiently.
When do you usually go shopping for groceries during the busy working week?
I usually go shopping on Saturday mornings when the market is quieter.
What were you thinking yesterday afternoon when the unexpected visitor suddenly arrived?
I was thinking about my project deadlines while preparing tea for everyone.
Have you already called your friend to confirm the travel plan tomorrow?
Yes, I have called him and confirmed all details about our journey.
Where will you be working next month after finishing your internship at the bank?
I will be working at a technology firm in the city center.
How often do you exercise in the park near your apartment building?
I exercise 3 times a week, mostly early mornings before sunrise.
Have you been watching the new educational videos posted on that channel?
Yes, I have been watching them daily to improve my English skills.
Where will you go next weekend if the weather stays warm and sunny?
I will go hiking in the mountains with my cousins and friends.
What do you usually eat for lunch when you are very busy?
I usually eat simple sandwiches and drink tea during my short break.
How long had you been studying English before you joined this language school?
I had been studying English for about 3 years before joining here.
When do you usually clean your room during your busy work schedule?
I usually clean my room on Sunday mornings when I have time.
What were you writing yesterday evening when your sister entered your bedroom?
I was writing a long email to my professor about my research topic.
Have you already packed your clothes for tomorrow's early morning trip?
Yes, I have packed my clothes and prepared everything for traveling.
Where will you be meeting your friends after finishing your office work tomorrow?
I will be meeting them at a small cafe near the Central Park.
How often do you check your emails during a normal working day?
I check my emails 3 times daily to stay updated on tasks.
Have you been attending the online classes regularly since the semester started?
Yes, I have been attending all classes regularly without missing a session.
Where will you go on holiday if your boss approves your leave?
I will travel to the seaside and spend a week relaxing with friends.
What do you usually drink when you work late at night?
I usually drink green tea and sometimes coffee to keep myself awake.
How long had you been living in that apartment before you moved out?
I had been living there for years before moving to another area.
When do you usually prepare your lunch during your normal working days?
I usually prepare my lunch early morning before leaving for the office.
Have you already finished your homework for tomorrow's early morning class?
Yes, I have finished my homework and revised the whole chapter carefully.
Where will you be staying next weekend during your cousin's wedding celebration?
I will be staying at my uncle's house near the wedding venue.
How often do you take short breaks while working at your desk?
I take short breaks every hour to stretch and drink some water.
Where will you go shopping tomorrow if the main market stays closed?
I will go shopping at the nearby mall, which stays open on holidays.
What do you usually do on Sundays when you are free?
I usually relax, clean my room, and meet my close friends.
When do you usually water your plants during the busy working week?
I usually water my plants every evening before preparing my dinner meal.
Have you already prepared your notes for tomorrow's long team meeting?
Yes, I have prepared my notes and printed several important documents too.
How often do you check social media during your working office hours?
I check social media only twice daily to avoid losing my focus.
Why were you feeling so relaxed yesterday after submitting your final project report?
Because I had worked hard for weeks and finally completed my main task.
Have you been practicing your handwriting daily since the course started last month?
Yes, I have been practicing it every night to improve my writing style.
Where will you go jogging tomorrow if the nearby park stays closed?
I will go jogging around the river path near my apartment building.
What do you usually read before going to bed every night?
I usually read motivational books or news articles before sleeping every night.
How long had you been working in that company before changing your job?
I had been working there for 5 years before moving to another organization.
When do you usually visit your grandparents during your busy school schedule?
I usually visit my grandparents every second weekend to spend quality time.
Have you already cleaned your room before our guests arrive today?
Yes, I have cleaned my room and arranged everything neatly already.
Where will you be studying next year after finishing this current academic course?
I will be studying at the National University to pursue my master's degree.
How often do you call your childhood friends who live far away?
I call my childhood friends once monthly to share updates and memories.
Have you been preparing your slides every evening for the big presentation?
Yes, I have been preparing them carefully to deliver a strong speech.
Where will you go this weekend if the local cinema stays closed?
I will probably visit the museum and spend my afternoon learning history.
What do you usually wear when you attend formal meetings outside?
I usually wear a clean shirt and dark trousers for formal meetings.
How long had you been practicing yoga before you joined the professional class?
I had been practicing yoga for 2 years before joining formal sessions.